Southwest 1099, traffic's no factor, descend via the arrival.
2594, Denver departure, radar contact, and afternoon, climb under restricted, maintain flight level 230.
1000, United 604.
It is a 37 kilo, contact approach 127.05.
12705, 5737 kilo.
Roadside, Patricia 59. So up on the 7 Clippers 035 left front, 2759.
2717,000, descending via the longs to with November.
Accept 827 Denver approach, expect ILS on A35 left.
827.
Southwest 1099, contact approach 123.85.
5 Southwest 1099.
United 604, descend and maintain 15,000.
Descend and maintain 15,000, United 604.
Approach Southwest 1099 with you, that was 17,000, sending view, we got Mike. Left 050, descend maintain 13,000, Southwest 1099. Confirm 050, correct? 50. Zero 10,000, Southwest 696. A better ride here as we come out of 15,000 feet than we had a little higher up.
250 on the speed, United 604.
Got a radar, Southwest 696. Phone 210, Southwest 1099.
9 with you, descending via passing 250 with information, Mike.
American 2579 Denver approach, November's current, Denver altimeter is 3002, expect ILS on A35 left.
ILS 35 left 3002, American 2579.
1000, Southwest 1099.
United 604, just be advised, 19.5 to 18.5, definitely some icing and moderate turbulence in the clouds on the descent.
Thank you. United 604, descend and maintain 14,000.
14,000, United 604.
Plot is 247 Mike Sierra, contact approach 126.1.
26.1, 7 Mike Sierra. Drink time at Southwest 696. 12 out of 24.5, descending longer 3, Mike.
Southwest 1412 Denver approach, expect RNAV Zulu to 35 right, speed is your discretion until dog.
RNAV Zulu 35 right, Southwest 1412.
United 604, descend and maintain 13,000, contact approach 123.85.
85, United 604. Approach United 604, passing 16.5, descending 13,000. 210 on the speed, United 604.
At Dallas, Southwest 696. Direct to Diamond, Southwest 1099.
The Wells County Airport, Denver altimeter 3002, say jump altitude.
We'll call it here in a minute, Southwest 696, still in the clouds.
American 2579, proceed direct front on the localizer, descend and maintain 13,000.
Clear direct corrupt, American 2579, and say again the descent.
American 2579 down to 13.
Down to 13. American 2579.
20, lit up the Long's arrival, you can expect to start it from Baba. Let me know when it's ready. Denver 37 Whiskey, traffic 12 o'clock, 3 miles northbound, indicating 7,600.
23-3 for descending via the ski. We have Mike landing north.
Southwest 947, never approach, occasional moderate turbulence on the descent, and expect a visual correction. ILS to 35 left.
Okay, we'll expect that. Southwest 947. Inside Southwest 999.
Right above the cloud layers and then through the clouds.
Maintain 9,000, Southwest 999. Next we'll see Southwest 696. Alright, we're looking Southwest 1099. Afternoon, Denver Frontier 525, 240, descending on the logger with Mike.
Frontier Flight 525, Denver approach, expect the RNAV Zulu to 35 right, speed is your discretion until dog.
Speed our discretion until dog, RNAV Zulu 35 right, Frontier 525.
American 2579, contact approach 123.85.
2579.
The visual 35 left, Southwest 1099.
United 604, copy, thanks.
Connected to PilotEdge.
Approach American 2579 with you, passing 15,000 for 13,000 with request.
Via the ski landing north, Mike.
Southwest 2042, Denver approach, occasional moderate reported just above the cloud layers and then through the clouds, expect ILS to 35 left.
35 left, Southwest 2042, thanks for the update.
ILS 5020, there's the area of light moderate precipitation, 11 o'clock, 10 miles, about 3 miles in diameter.
Hey guys, doing a little PilotEdge Manic Monday stuff. Started the stream a few minutes late because my real world weather was having a pretty powerful thunderstorm rolling through and lights were flickering, so figured I'd just wait to see what happens, but I think it's just raining now. Most of the lightning is past. So that's the main delay. I'm going to do a Albuquerque to Denver flight today using this big boy here, A350. So we'll come in here and we'll get things cranking up. do bus tie, turn on our commercial, external power, and logo, nav, seatbelts. Alright, got power. And where's my chat box? Here we go. Let me move this over here. Okay. Alright, nav lights, seatbelts. This thing will yell at me, so I'm going to turn on some lights in the cabin. I'll do VHF.
LP10. Few clouds at 9,000. Ceiling 4,000 broken. 5,000 overcast. Temperature 21. Dew point -3.
Had too many frequencies going there at one time. Alright, so that's set. Those are on. We need to turn on our cabin lighting. Otherwise, the flight attendants get mad without light. And we'll turn on our nav adheres. Get that going. And we're gonna go with heavy. And this actually looks fine to me. I'm not gonna do much more than that. So let me see. Let me write down 0 fuel weight is 187.8. 187.8. So I'm going to use that to figure out the fuel, and then we'll follow the flight plan. So let's come over here. Flying on PilotEdge. We're going to follow this flight plan. 0 fuel weight was 187.8. So then we'll get our en route fuel. Which is 12,228. It's plenty. Go to Springs, reserves. That'll do it. .3001 and Albuquerque. CBD LC capable. That's with information golf. They're using runway 8. And the airport is 53. 5,300 feet. Denver is landing north. So we'll go to PilotEdge. And we're at heavy, and we're going to do CBDLC, United A359, 330. Springs is our backup. Make sure that the Hemes yeah, that's for 8, so that'll work. So we'll go ahead and file that. Albuquerque's weather. Doing runway 8, a little bit of a crosswind from the right, but we're a big airplane, we're not going to feel that. Landing north, Denver, so that looks good. Denver, looks like a little bit of weather, low clouds. Some icing, so we'll keep an eye out for icing. Alright, that should do her. Alright, so fuel is 12,228. APU is 2015. That's enough contingency fuel. I will just do 30. 30 minutes APU. Since we're going to use the APU for environment. So we'll go ahead and start the loading on both.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain and crew would like to welcome you on board this Airbus A350. If you haven't already done so, please stow your carry-on luggage underneath the seat in front of you, or in an overhead bin. The flight crew will do everything possible to make your flight comfortable and enjoyable. Xplane.org, onesim.com, and Ramses Aviation Design wish you a pleasant flight experience.
Turn that. Do some fire checks here. Get the APU fired up. APU gen's not connected, so we'll come up here and we'll do APU gen. And we'll turn these to auto. Turn these on. And then the APU bleed. Now we got APU gen. And we got bleed air. $18 quarts of oil. Where's hydro? Hydro is full. Do anti-skid. Turn on the surveillance here as well. Alright, we are United 1399. Shocker there. From Albuquerque to Denver. And we'll do 33,000. And what is that? 35.2. 106.37. That's good enough. Align the INS. Let's get our weather.
Albuquerque Golf, 1752 Zulu, wind 180 at 9er.
It's still golf, so nothing's changed there. So we're gonna do 3001, 3001, 53, 53, and 53. So all checks out on altitude and pressure. I'll go ahead and we'll get the CPD LC going here. See if I can get this loaded up. We'll log in. And then we'll get our clearance. Message, standby, cleared to Denver. MS3, Jimenez has filed, climb via the SID, expect 330 in 10 minutes. 127.4 and squawk 54. 02. We'll accept that. So that closes out that ticket. Get rid of that. 5402. Climb via 330. 1274. All that's good. And close out that program. Reconnect my weather. Let me see. need the Tropa. Gonna have to use my laptop for this one. So cruise 3D3, dump a climb. It's 370. Cruise temp is 50, cost index 160, and the winds are 36 knots from the west, a little bit, so we'll just say 20, TL 20. And we're going to depart on runway 8 for the Hemes 3. Insert that. And then Denver, we'll do 35 left. ILS 35 left. Via see, we're doing Tilbury, T-bar 3. So that would be, let's see, Ladora. Okay, so Ladora, T-bar 3. Gondola. Get our winds. All right, we need a zero fuel weight of 187.8. CG is 22 on the money. Blanc fuel is 12.2. I'll say do 12.3 right now. We'll update that when we are ready to go. Passengers 241. Cost index 160. All that is legit. Let me see if runway 8 has any inclines on it, which I don't think it does. I don't see anything. So we'll do perf 0 to 158 and 65. $67. And we're going to do a flex of 39. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we'll say 6,000. It's about 500 AGL. And we'll do 55 for engine out. 18 trans. We're gonna climb via, so that would be MS3 is 200. Go ahead and disconnect those. We are all done with that stuff.
Attention all flight attendants, doors automatic.
Alright, we got that done.
Ground to cockpit, plan acknowledged. Call us through the menu when you're ready to go. Ground to cockpit, the tow's driving up now.
Okay.
All doors and hatches are closed. We're connecting now.
We'll monitor ground. Towers 120.3. $54.02.
Tows connected and bypass pins inserted. Release the brakes.
Did all that. Fuel. We're at 13. So we're gonna do 12.9. 31. All that's still the same.
Camp Force 412, contact Albuquerque approach 127.4. Camp Force 412, Albuquerque approach 127.4.
All right.
Albuquerque approach, Camp Force 412.
Okay, push is commencing. Go ahead and start the entrance.
500 with the Burrito 1. We have information hotel.
Camp Force 412, Albuquerque approach. Thanks for hotel. Altimeter 29906 and expect visual approach runway 8.
Altimeter 29906 and requesting the Arnav Zulu runway 8.
Roger.
Waiting for that generator to come available. And we'll kick on engine 2.
Operations complete. Set the brakes.
Prescott, sky high A350 at
Standby, we're
FBO,
disconnecting the tow now.
request taxi runway 21 left.
Sky 75 at FBO. Which FBO? Which intersection? Where are you located?
I'm at Aviation, Papa Romeo Charlie. It's close to Delta Taxi. Sky high A350.
Ladies and gentlemen, we request your full attention as the flight attendants demonstrate the safety features of this aircraft. When the seatbelt
Sky 75, press to ground, runway 21 left, taxi via Delta, cross runway 12 Delta.
By pulling on the loose end of
Taxi
the
via Delta, cross runway 30, sky high
we
A350.
suggest that you keep your seatbelt fastened throughout the flight, as we may experience turbulence.
Toes disconnected and bypass pin removed. Signals on the right. We'll see you.
4 on the left side of the cabin and 4 on the right. Please take a few moments now to locate your nearest exit. In some cases, your nearest exit may be behind you. If we need to evacuate the aircraft, floor level lighting will guide you towards the exit. Doors can be opened by moving the handle in the direction of the arrow. Each door is equipped with an inflatable slide, which may also be detached and used as a life raft. Oxygen and the air pressure are always being monitored. In the event of a decompression, an oxygen mask will automatically appear in front of you. To start the flow of oxygen, pull the mask towards you. Place it firmly over your nose and mouth. Secure the elastic band behind your head and breathe normally. Although the bag does not inflate, oxygen is flowing to the mask. If you are traveling with a child or someone who requires assistance, secure your mask on first, and then assist the other person. Keep your mask on until a uniformed crew member advises you to remove it. In the event of an emergency, please assume the bracing position. Lean forward with your hands on top of your head and your elbows against your thighs. Ensure your feet are flat on the floor. A life vest is located in a pouch under your seat or between the armrests.
Camp Force 412 at Hunter, cleared the Arnav Zulu runway 8 approach.
And answer, clear the Arnav Zulu runway 8 approach, Camp Force 412.
Around your waist and adjust in the front to inflate the vest. Pull firmly on the red cord only when leaving the aircraft. If you need to refill the vest, blow into the mouthpieces. Use the whistle and light to attract
initial contact. You have information hotel.
Control toys or any electronic devices.
Albuquerque International Airport. ATIS information hotel. 1852 Zulu. Wind 140 at 10. Gust 18. Visibility 10. Few clouds at 10,000. Ceiling 17,000 broken. 25,000 overcast. Temperature 23. Dew point -4. Altimeter 996. Arriving and departing runways 821. Visual approaches in use VMR departs contact clearance delivery. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Notice to airmen runway 1230 closed. Read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information hotel. Albuquerque International Airport. ATIS information hotel. 1852 Zulu. Wind 140 at 10. Jet.
Alright, we're going with 2999 because my weather injector is 20 minutes behind. It's still showing 3001. So when that happens, I split the difference on the altimeter setting. And I put the one that's going to be coming up. So you can see it's like super close. So it's not that big of a deal.
Airport 412, contact Albuquerque Tower 120.3.
Albuquerque Tower 120.3, Airport 412. Albuquerque Tower, Airport 412 is 7 miles on the party out for Jelly.
Airport 412, Albuquerque Tower 14010, decimal 1 feet, runway 8.
Away, clear to land, Airport 412.
Good afternoon, Albuquerque ground, United 1399 Heavy at the terminal with hotel ready to taxi.
United 1399 Albuquerque ground, runway 8, taxi via Alpha.
Runway 8 via Alpha, United 1399 Heavy. Takeoff config at normal. Switch to tower and departures 27-4. Albuquerque Tower, United 1399 Heavy, holding short runway 8.
United 1399 Heavy, Albuquerque Tower, hold short runway 8, landing traffic.
Holding short runway 8, United 1399 Heavy.
Prescott Tower, Sky High 875, holding short runway 21 left, ready for departure.
Sky 875, Prescott Tower, runway 21 left, cleared for takeoff, wind variable at 7.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 21 left, sky high, 875.
United 1399 Heavy, runway 8, line up and wait.
Runway 8, line up and wait, United 1399 Heavy.
United 1399 wind 140 at 10, gust 18, runway 8, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 8, cleared for takeoff, United 1399 Heavy.
Air Force 412, contact ground 1, contact ground point 9er.
Contact ground point 9, get for 412. Albuquerque ground, Canvas 412, Alpha 7 for the terminal route.
Air Force 412, Albuquerque ground, left turn Alpha to the terminal.
Left turn Alpha for the terminals, Canvas 412, thanks for the ATC.
Sure. Sky high 875, contact Phoenix departure.
Contact Phoenix departure, sky high 875. Phoenix departure, sky high 875, passing 6,600.
Sky high 875, Phoenix departure, radar contact. I didn't get your climb instructions.
Say again, sky high 875.
You only checked in with your altitude?
Altitude 7,400, sky high 875, climbing 10,000.
Very good. That's the part you forgot. So just make sure it's always your present altitude with your altitude assignment when checking in with departure. United 1399 Heavy, contact departure.
Over to departure, United 1399 Heavy, see ya. Albuquerque departure, United 1399 Heavy, climbing via the Hemis 3, leaving 6,900.
United 1399 Heavy, Albuquerque departure, radar contact.
Now my weather injector finally caught up, so now it's showing 2995. Hey, 7 Lima Yankee, what's up, buddy? Nice short taxi to the runway. Yeah, exactly. Need it with this thing. And then it was a excruciating long takeoff roll. Here's 10,000. Guess we'll turn off our lights. We have to be at 250 until green. Be above 12,000, which we're gonna barely make. We got 5 miles to go. Since I have you here, what do you do in the PMDG 737 when you get like when you program your perf data? And I've been putting in a 40 CI cost index, and I'll put in the sit in the star, and then sometimes the star will have like a restriction of 280 knots in the descent. So then I'll get like cannot do a certain speed, like it'll flash an error and the FMS will say cannot do a certain speed at a certain waypoint. And from what I understand, it's just like the descent speed, if it's not the same as a published speed, you can get errors. Like, that's new to me. That's like Airbus just figures all that stuff out on its own. It's, you know, Airbus is very automated, as you're aware. So I'm just not sure. Like, I've been able to get around it either by ignoring it totally.
Heavy contact Albuquerque Center 134.6.
Albuquerque Center 134.6, United 1399 heavy. 3, 4, 6. Albuquerque Center, United 1399, coming via the MS3, leaving 15,000.
Okay, 1399 Albuquerque Center, climb and maintain flight level 330.
Climb, maintain flight level 330, United 1399. Landing lights. You just changed the descent speed. Usually do 290 for descents. So you know, you'll put in your cost index, but then you still end up changing your descent speed on the descent button. Like, is 290 like a coverall, or do you just make sure that 290 will cover all the restrictions? Okay. So cost index of 40 or 35 or whatever, somewhere around that neighborhood, and then you just change the descent speed to 290, and that should fix it. Okay, cool. Wasn't like a huge deal. I was able to get it to go away by changing that descent speed. I just wasn't sure if it was going to cause an issue at some point or another. I just like 290. Yeah, that, because, you know what, I'm going to make a note of that. I'm going to try 290 as my default. Do you when you use 290, do you usually have no problems with the descent path? Do you, like, most of those errors don't even show up when you use 290?
Got 875 contact Albuquerque Center 128.45.
Ladies and gentlemen, our aircraft continues to climb. We would like to remind you that all flights of our airline are non-smoking. For your safety, the lavatories have been equipped with smoke detectors.
Albuquerque Center, A350, 105.
On the overhead panel, you will
Hi,
find a personal
875 Albuquerque Center, Prescott, altimeter 29099.
The lavatory
29099,
No problems. When it hits a speed, there's no problems when you do it that way. When it hits a speed restriction on a star, it will slow down accordingly.
We recommend to keep your seatbelt
Okay.
fastened, even when the fasten seatbelt sign is off.
So the only thing I can think of, because I didn't record it. I haven't recorded any of those PMDG flights yet. I think the cost index was setting a default descent speed, which was probably lower than the published speed. Like the published speed was 280. And I think using a 40 cost index was causing a descent speed of like maybe 270 or something. So I can see how that would cause the Boeing FMS. Because from what I've been reading, the Boeing FMS is based off of an older model FMS. So newer model FMSs for Boeing, you don't really have to worry about that. And oh, there's another thing that I read that you can do for the speed. You can not only do you have to use 290, but you could do 290B for below. I think I've read that. So you just do 290B, and then that will cover all the restrictions. So I think I may try that too. I was going to live stream the PMDG today, but real world at my house right now, it's storming and it's lightning, and I have all my surge protection stuff plugged in. And like I told you the other day, the Ethernet surge protector does not work with Microsoft Flight Sim. It just prevents the download speeds that I need for streaming the ortho scenery. So that's why that sim is kind of like a fair weather sim as far as real world weather for where I live. Unfortunately, because I wanted to stream that today so I could ask you questions while we're actually in the cockpit, but I'll probably delay it till next Monday. But yeah, I do want to try that. I just put like 290 and then a B for like Bravo. Let's see what my notes say for the speed. Descent. Says descent. My note said the descent speed can't be higher than a published speed on a star, so set it to match the published speed. But then I read somewhere else that you can add the speed in B, and then it will cover all the other things. So I think I'll try that first. Have you heard about that? The 290B and below? Winds. I like the 280, 290 descent. I think the default descent speed was too slow for me. Wish there was shared cockpit capabilities in MSFS. Love to do a flight with you in the 737 one of these days. Were they able to do shared cockpit on P3D with PMDG? Was that capable on that sim? Or even the original, what is it, Microsoft X FSX or something? But yeah, man, I agree. That would be fun, especially on PilotEdge where you can do the observer login. So we could do the flights online. That would be really cool. The below trick is new to me as well. I will try that next time. Cool. Yeah, we'll have to compare notes because as long as my real world weather is not storming this evening, I'm planning on flying it again tonight. I've been pretty much flying that plane non-stop except for yesterday's debacle. Did you happen to drop by yesterday's stream? I only put the alert out to my subscribers only because I know no one's really that interested in DCS outside of you, but I know a lot of Sundays you're busy. But that was a cluster F. I mean, nothing was working right in that mission. You did not? Okay, good. You didn't miss anything. I deleted the stream recording because the entire mission.
99, contact Denver Center 127.02.
Denver Center 127.02, United 1399. 127.02. And we are still climbing. Denver Center, United 1399, flight level 282, climbing tree 0.
Yeah, 1399 Denver Center, roger.
So I had tested the mission. I spent many hours building it. I sent a copy to my buddy Will to put in some of the frequencies for the SRS plug-in to work, and all that worked perfectly. But when we uploaded it to the other guy's server, we use a dedicated server. I don't know if it was a server issue or something happened by sending the file around to one another, but it's like all of my targets didn't spawn. It's like all of us were flying and I had no seed roll to perform. There was no SAMs, there was no AAA, nothing spawned. It was so bad. I was like, what is going on? So I've actually sent my buddy an email, the guy that hosts the server, to download the mission from the server and see if he can get it to work. Because it might have been something that I need to set up differently. Because when I use it on my computer, I think my DCS, like, it just works fine. But maybe the server is set up differently. I know you don't know, because if I don't freaking know, you're still new to DCS. But it was so irritating, like, only half the mission worked. It was still fun. We got to fly and land on aircraft carriers and shoot down some MiGs. I actually got shot down because my countermeasures, I didn't have them set up properly. I got shot down by, not a MiG, but a SAM that did work. Only one SAM worked, and the one SAM killed me.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign, and you may now move about the cabin. However, we always recommend to keep your seatbelt fastened while you're seated. You may now turn on your electronic devices, such as calculators, CD players, and laptop computers.
Alright, we're doing the T-bar 3. And we're gonna go with the 3-5 left. From Medora. Do some ecam. Sounds like a hot mess. Oh, it was, man. It was. I even thought about messaging you to let you know we were going to fly it. I knew you weren't ready to fly with us, but I was going to let you know I was going to stream it. But I'm glad I forgot. Like, I totally forgot to tell you. But I'm glad I forgot, because it was a complete waste of time. Well, 50% of it was a waste of time. Like, I took out maybe one or two targets. That was all that was for me to do, because my main role was to take out the AAA units that never spawned. So I just had to find like random targets to take out. Have you flown the Hornet since the latest beta patch? Landing elevation 54, that's correct. Okay. Not really, you've been hooked on the 737? Yeah, I know the feeling. I actually, like, up until yesterday, since the 737 was released, I think I bought it like a few days after. I haven't flown anything but that. So that was really like my first time flying the Hornet, which is probably why my countermeasures weren't set up properly, because I haven't flown it in quite a while. So it's one of those planes, it's like a muscle memory plane. If you don't fly it enough to remember the steps and the sequences, like,
75 contact,
it's like you gotta have a very good checklist. So it didn't fix, I mean, it did fix some things, but the main thing now is the automatic landing system.
Yeah, 1399, descend via the T-bar 3 arrival, runway 35 left, transition, report leaving flight level 330.
Descend via the T-bar 3 arrival, 35 left transition, will report leaving 330, United 1399. Do I have 35 left? Yep, 35 left.
Oakland Center,
so it fixed some of the stuff regarding the ACLS, and I know it updated a lot of the campaigns that were broken for me. Like, a lot of those were fixed in this latest update. So I might do a random stream DCS later this week, and fly one of those campaign missions again. Maybe it will work this time. But yeah, it's got a lot of extra features that you can use. Like, you can usually set, or you can like totally set the ACLS, and it will auto land. You just couple the autopilot and the Hornet, and it will take you right down to the carrier deck. You don't have to do anything except once you hit the deck, you go full power. That's the only thing you have to do. It will like land the plane for you on the aircraft carrier.
Ladies and gentlemen, in a few moments, the flight attendants will be passing around the cabin to
Makes
offer
things
you
pretty easy.
as well as a light meal. Please make sure your seats are in an upright position and prepare your folding trees.
Denver is landing north. They're current with information. Juliet, I'll get voice ATIS when I get closer. And the altimeter is 3002, which is, I think is what he said. Or no, he didn't. He just said descend via. Alright, don't need to change anything in the star. And we're just going to do an ILS approach. So we're doing it from Medora, which is down here. So we'll set the MCP for 13,000. Yep, 13,000. And then missed approach, climb to 10,000, right direct to the GLL VOR. The GIL VOR, so straight out. So missed is 10, straight out. And The ILS is 108.5353. That's actually not going to show right until we start descending. It's all good. All right, takeoff is all good there. All that's fine. Did all that. Oops. Back. Cruise. Ecam is good. We'll do the weather here in a moment. 40 miles, top of descent.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will now start our onboard entertainment program.
Double check the ILS for me to get a little lower.
In the side arms of your chairs you will find your personal headphones. If you would like to continue reading, please use your personal reading gland.
The real Hornet has Autoland? Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's not just a game thing. Matt, the game took this long to implement a real function of the Hornet for the Autoland. You know, even the F-14 Tomcat had Autoland capabilities when it was in service. So that system has been around forever. It actually doesn't use the actual ILS. It uses the data link from the carrier. So you use the ILS to fly the initial approach, but then you're connecting to the data link, which the boat itself guides the airplane down, not the radio signal. So it's like, it's called a CLS, Automatic Carrier Landing System, but it's not an ILS per se, even though they do have a radio signal for that. Get our descent winds here in a few. And Top Gun 2 Maverick's coming out next weekend. I'm not going to see it on the opening weekend. That would just be insane. Too many people. I'll probably do it during the week after. My other half, Susie, is a school teacher, so she's getting out for the summer. So she and I are going to go during the day on what would normally be a work day for most people. So we're going to go do that. So that's why I actually watched Top Gun original 2 nights ago. So we'd have the backstory fresh in our head. Because I know Goose's son is portrayed in the next movie. All right, here's our descent winds are available. Reset for 13.
American 1124, contact NorCal approach 120.905.
120.905, American 1124.
That's traffic global.
Area 1124 NorCal approach, capital altimeter 29991. They're landing north. Expect runway 35 left transition. Advise with the ATIS.
Alright, it was above 27, so I am definitely good for that restriction.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we start our descent, please make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position. Make sure your seat belt is securely fastened and all carry-on luggage is stowed underneath the
Denver Center, United 1399's leaving tree 30.
Please turn off all electronic
United
devices
1399, roger.
until we are safely parked at the gate.
1857.
Found our flight enjoyable. We would like to remind you that cushions and blankets are to be left in your seats. Thank you.
Alright, so current weather at is the winds is 030 at 9 gusting to 19, so we'll do 15. The temperature is 14. And
1124, thanks for Charlie. Expect ILS runway 35 left approach out of LNAC.
Denver's QNH is 1016. And it's Cat 3, so I don't have to worry about that mess. We'll do a 50 radio anyway. For Cat 3, that's fine. Got the weather. Barrow rev preset. ECAM status did that. Approach data is in there. Position. Don't need that. Every time you're up there, you're dangerous. True story. Alright, so the winds at Denver is coming out of 030. So it's like pretty much right down the runway, but it is a little wind shear-ish. But we're big enough and fast enough and a long enough runway that I may add a little bit of speed to it. We'll have to see what the winds are when we get down there. 125, 60 is ATIS for arrival. So we'll pick up voice ATIS here in a little bit. Denver approach usually is 120. Tree 5. And they are, let me see. So T-bars between 200, 220. We're doing the 35 left transition, which just merely means we are using these runway transitions. So we have all the north runways coming down to Ladora. So we don't actually have an assigned runway yet, just an assigned runway for these waypoints on the star. have to keep an eye on icing because our pre-flight showed icing in this neighborhood. So I monitor icing up here, so we'll know for sure if we start picking up any.
For contact, you have information, Juliet.
Starting to pick up Betas.
Denver International Airport. Agents information, Juliet. 1853 Zulu. Wind 020 at 9er. Gust 19er. Visibility 10. 4,300 scattered. 8,000 scattered. Ceiling 2000 broken. Temperature 14. 2.2. Altimeter 3002. Arriving runway 34 left. 35 left. 35 right. Departing runway 35 left. 258. Visual approaches in use. ILS.
Alright, so the ILS 108.5. Now I hear rain, so to play it safe, let me turn off traffic global.
Yeah, 1399, contact Denver approach 120.35.
Denver approach 120.35, United 1399. There's some rain right up here. Denver approach, United 1399 heavy, descending via the T-bar 3, tree 5 left transition, leaving flight level 201. Current with Juliet, request ILS, tree 5 left, approach from Ladora.
Yeah, 1399 heavy, Denver approach, thanks for all. And after Eldora cleared the ILS, runway 35 left approach.
After Ladora cleared ILS, tree 5 left approach, United 1399 heavy. Slowing down to 250. And we're coming through transition 302.
Our aircraft will land at the destination airport. For your safety, we ask you to remain seated until the aircraft comes to a complete stop and the fasten seatbelt sign is turned off.
The final approach is Diamond at 7,000.
Attention international travelers, if you are continuing your flight, follow the signs to international transit area.
We're cleared to fly the approach so we can go below the 13,000 restriction at Ladora, so we're good there. Say goodbye to our blue skies. Let's see what the weather is showing now.
24, contact approach 127.4
is requested. Read back all runway assignments and hold shoulder instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information, Juliet.
Still Juliet, so nothing's changed weather-wise. So all of our perf for approach
approach, American 1124
is good. Cross-checking my weather injector, so all that is good.
American 1124 NorCal approach after
do auto brake.
The ILS runway 35 left approach.
Brake low. Anti-ice as required. Got window heat on.
2991, American 1124.
5676, local center, climb maintain on level 370.
final approach controller. I'll get that preset just in case he sends me to a final approach controller. Some big airports like Denver will have an initial approach controller which will assign the approach. And then usually they'll have a second final approach controller that will fly the approach. But sometimes they just do a handoff even if the first one clears the approach, which in this case they did. But we're set for the handoff. And I know this airport has a runway specific frequency.
46 Papa Mike, Big Sky Approach Squawk 0544.
Tower is 133.3.
Number 6 Papa Mike, radar contact 24 south of the Boise Airport, altimeter 3012, expect runway 10 right, and report to airport side.
Expect 10 right, and we'll advise 6 Papa Mike.
Below 515 at Beattyville. And we got to be at 14 at Cush. And then the door is 13. Slowing down to 210. To 230. Go flaps 1. And we're United, so we're going to park on the south side of Bravo. So we're going to land on this runway. Plan on exiting on the second exit, so Mike 7 to Echo Charlie, and then from Echo Charlie we'll going to be on Bravo Sierra. Yeah, Bravo Sierra. So Mike 7, Echo Charlie. Or is that Mike? Mike 7 to Mike. Mike 7, Mike. It's either Echo Charlie or Bravo Sierra. Bravo Sierra. And then you got the green line. We'll park. The big boys usually park near the center, so we'll pick 38 or 36. We'll see what happens. Lights on. Got flaps 2.
I'm at about 46 Papa Mike, Boise Airport is set.
Hold the speed here.
For 46 Papa Mike, we promised the right or the left side?
We're expecting the 10 right, 6 Papa Mike.
6 Papa Mike, clear vision approach, runway 10 right.
I hope I'm cleared for a visual, I'm 3-4.
Oh, I'm sorry, I thought you were an IFR aircraft, I was confused by the phrase. Okay, enter right base, runway 10 right.
Not an issue, enter the right base, 10 right, 6 Papa Mike.
We're 6 Papa Mike, tower's 18-1, good day.
Tower 18-1, 6 Papa Mike.
Alright, they did a ship change, so more than likely I'm just going to get tower next, so I'll get set up on 33.3, and ground is 8.5.
It's about 8 to the southwest, full stop landing with Oscar.
465, Mike Boys down, I'm in 2608, runway 10 right, clear to land.
10 right, clear to land, 6 Papa Mike.
Cabin pressure is good to go. The approach phase is already activated, that's why it's grayed out, so all I gotta do is go back to manage when I'm ready to land. And the wind shear is only gusting to 19, so it's not horrible. It's about, let me see, 9 and 19, it's a 10-mile-an-hour difference in wind shear. So we'll go full config, we'll add 10 knots to the VREF, and that way we should be more than enough safe for the approach, or the landing rather. 10 knot buffer. If it was really whipping crazy wind shear, then I would do a flaps 3 config. I've never done it. Flaps 3 config in this one. Probably, yeah, you would have to click it there to make it work, but it's not that bad right now, so we'll just do a regular.
1399, coming Denver Tower, okay?
Over to Denver Tower, United 1399 Heavy, we'll see ya. 33.3. Denver Tower, United 1399 Heavy, establishing a localizer, 35 left.
1399, Denver Tower, 35 left, clear to land.
35 left, clear to land, United 1399 Heavy. Alright, got that. Do approach, and we'll do Cat 3 for the heck of it. We'll disconnect though, we'll land it ourselves. And the ground at Denver, the Mile High City, 55,500 feet. So 5, 6, 55, 65, we'll say 7,000. We'll get configured at 7,000, that'd be fine. 7,000 is, well, actually just before 7,000 we'll get configured. That's because 7,000 is 4.7 miles from the threshold. Diamond right here. Got the airport up here. Auto brake is low. Go ahead and arm the spoilers, which is this little mark here, that little triangle.
Tower, Malibu 46, clear for
Gear traveling.
Turbo air, 6 Mike.
2,000.
2,000. 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,
3 green, flaps 3. And like I said, we'll do 10 knots over VREF. Looks like VREF is 140. So we'll intercept the speed at 150. Alright, flaps are full.
American 1124 is going to Capital Tower. Good night.
Over to Capital Tower, American 1124. Capital Tower, American 1124 on the ILS 35 left.
American 1124, Capital Tower, 35 left.
It's not raining or anything, so we'll be good. Good there. So we added 10 knots to our landing because of wind shear, but the wind shear is also like pretty much right down the runway. Right now it's 11 knots. I don't see it jumping or anything. Just went to 10 knots. So should be good. We're all counting on you. Yeah, it's like what, 240 something people on this flight. All their lives are in my hands.
Olympia ground staff 27 in parking.
500.
Taxi with uniform.
Oh yeah, it's whipping pretty good down here.
400.
Alright, autopilot off. I'm gonna take this
Olympia ground stay attachments.
myself.
300.
Staff 27 VFR departure.
200.
At 10,000 runway.
And the winds are a little bit off to the right. So we'll come over here.
80. 70.
Staff 27,
50.
runway 17, taxi via Whiskey Alpha.
20. 10.
Step 27.
5.
17, taxi via Alpha Whiskey.
It was definitely a little bit of a challenge. I pulled back too hard, but it's all good. All right, got Denver Tower, United 1399 Heavy, south side of Bravo.
United 1399, join Mike to the ramp, monitor ground. You can enter the ramp wherever you need.
Mike to parking, and we'll monitor ground, United 1399 Heavy, thanks you. To 121.85. Get that going again. Monitoring ground, and we'll turn off those and those. That's on. Should have come over here to the next one. Coast pilot like a leaf in the wind. will now be taxiing forever. That's not too long of a taxi. And Gizmo, what's up, buddy? Like butter. Nice. Thanks, buddy. How you been, Gizmo? Lots of DCS updates lately. See, I'm gonna kick out this guy, I guess. On behalf of our airline and the entire crew, I'd like to thank you for joining us on this trip, and we are looking forward to
Capital
seeing you
Tower,
on board
American
again
1124,
in the
clear of 35 west on Alpha 8, taxiing to Terminal A, Alpha 15.
1124, Yankee to the ramp.
I'm just gonna kick this guy out of the way.
Yankee to the ramp,
He'll disappear.
American 1124.
I wish there was a way that you could pick the gate that you wanted and then like the airplane wouldn't be there. It will disappear though once I get pulled up here far enough. You flew American native. Let's see if, yeah, the plane disappeared. APU is not connected. I'll turn on the bleed air and the APU. So now we got APU. So now we're good to shut down the engines. That's just pressure. Does that every time. All right, cool. Always pulls to outside one. I think it's going to the door in the back. I can't remember if they both connect or one connects. I think they both connect. Maybe not. Okay. So we'll go ahead and the door already opened on its own. That's kind of cool.
Disconnected.
And no, it was not a Comanche. The Apache, you mean? They have the other attack helicopter. I think it's the Russian attack helicopter that DCS put out not too long ago. Oh, hang on, I think my dog needs to go outside. Right back. Okay. Yeah. Hind, the Hind. That's right. Yeah, the Russian one has the Hind, and the American is the Apache. I don't have either. I'm just not a helicopter guy. I might get the Apache if like Will, uh, if I get bored. But I'm also looking forward to the F-15 Strike Eagle that's supposed to be coming out sometime in the near future. So I probably will wait to get the Apache until after the F-15 comes out, because I know the F-15 is going to be a fully study level aircraft as well. This was definitely not my best landing. Pull back too hard.
Terrain, terrain, terrain.
It's a gigantic airplane. I could definitely feel the wind shear though. If I was flying the A320 or anything smaller than this, I would have done a config 3 landing with that wind shear. It worked out okay, I guess. You think you have all the whirlies in DCS, even the unsupported? Do you have any helicopters for X-Plane? They got a ton of helicopters in X-Plane these days. In CRJville. You have many? Well, if you ever want to fly with us, you're always invited, Gizmo, for our monthly mission. Most of the guys are using helos. And next month, actually, I think it's 3 weeks. And I know you're usually busy, but if you're free in 3 weeks, let me know and I'll send you the server information. Seems like a ton. Alright guys, well my other half is going to be getting home soon, so I'm going to head on out. And appreciate you guys stopping by. Nice to see you again, Gizmo. Coast Pilot, thanks for saying hi and stopping by. And Settle Name Yankee as always. Always a pleasure. So I will see you guys later this week. I'll do a random stream later this week. Probably, not probably, but maybe a DCS stream. We'll have to see. Alright y'all, take care. See y'all soon. Chase out.
approach, squawk 0457.
United 604.
Okay, we're talking to Tower Albuquerque, Southwest, so China.
Executive 827, how's your ride been from the northwest?
Constant light turbulence, and we got some light run icing, I think, around 17,000.
Roger.
November 2, number Delta, radar contact 2 west of the Greeley Wilson Airport, Denver altimeter 3002, stay altitude and request.